Mm-hmm.
Down the bottom, that's an Astro coming in 2021.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jack Cronin. You're very welcome to the 7th episode of All Things Football. I'm here live in the KDUL with head coach and academy director Jamie Smith. Jamie, how are you?
Good, Jack. Good to see you. Good to do this, and looking forward to it.
Long time no see, what?
Yeah, I know. Last time you were down here 3 years ago.
3 years, long time.
When you were coaching yourself, when you had the cover set up down here, so it's good to have you back down. Things have changed down here.
Yeah, the facilities are definitely came on leaps and bounds, so I'm very pleased with them now, I have to say.
Yeah, no, we got this gym, I'd say about 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I said I was showing you beforehand. The old gym where we fit about 12 people in.
Yeah.
We can fit up to about 40 people in here now. Obviously with COVID, that could have to change.
Yeah.
We might have to put our gym out, do some of our classes outdoors. But we have 3 pitches here. Fantastic pitches of training area just to the left here, and at the very bottom we're getting an Astro in 2021. So I remember when I played down here, we played across the road in Pennies. That's where we played.
Yeah.
And we had 1 goal.
So
Big change.
you're going from here to here.
Yeah. And that was probably 2005, 2006 when I would have been playing here. So long time.
Good stuff. Well, thanks for taking the time out to speak to me.
No problem.
We'll go straight back to the beginning. Just tell me a little bit about your early playing days and just about your early playing days.
Yeah, so actually I'm originally from Liverpool. I moved here when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
So coming from a big footballing culture in Liverpool, football background.
Yeah.
I lived on the same estate as Steven Gerrard.
Oh really? Yeah.
Liverpool, yeah. I'll come back to another story about him. Grew up there, moved over here, and I didn't have a clue about Gaelic, hurling, rugby. All I cared about was football. So I signed for Newbridgetown, signed for the academy down here on a Sunday, and then things just went on and on. I signed for Cherry Orchard. We were talking about earlier, we had some team there. We had my manager Ray and Jonathan O'Toole were fantastic. They had some great players. I think at one point we had 6 internationals in the team. So we were quite a team. We won 3 DDSL leagues in a row. We done 2 Dublin Cups. We never got the All Ireland. That was one thing that got away from us. But we had a great team, made some great friends, great memories at Cherry Orchard. There was Brandon Mealy, Aidan Rafferty, Danny Rogers, with some really top players at the club, and great memories thinking back. And then obviously when I was playing, I've gotten the DDSL, won the Kennedy Cup with the DDSL. I played Kennedy Cup with Kildare as well the year before.
Okay, yeah.
A year above myself, and I actually knocked them out with a penalty for Dublin. And now look, I'm down here now. But and then end up playing for Ireland and captained Ireland for 3 years, 20 plus caps, and then dreams came true really of going on trial in England with numerous clubs. And then I just decided to choose Newcastle.
Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about that. You would have been playing in a very competitive Cherry Orchard team, as you mentioned, players like Brandon Mealy, Ada Rafferty as well. I'm actually good pals with Ada, so so I was talking to him only the other day. So just tell me how that move to Newcastle came about. Obviously you would have been playing at a high standard. Obviously Kennedy Cup, you would have been attracted to a lot of clubs, I should say, there with a lot of scouts and stuff. So how did that move come about?
When I went to Cherry Orchard, prior to that, Newbridgetown had Liverpool and Sunderland offering me trials, and then I thought, well, I can actually do something in football here, so I need to get out of here. I need to go to a big club. When I went to the Orchard, it just was like a steamroll of clubs. You could see. I ended up going 15, 16 trials in England, and I went to Switzerland with Newcastle, and they had a pre-season tour, and Anderlecht there, Liverpool, Man City, Schalke, Munich, all these top teams. We ended up doing really well in tournament. We didn't concede a goal.
Oh really?
And after that week, then I went to the Galway Cup with Cherry Orchard, and then Newcastle offered me a contract. And it's like a domino effect. I'm sure lads who are watching this or have been across in England. Once you get offered one contract, another one comes. People are, I don't want to miss out on that. So once Newcastle offered a contract, 3 or 4 teams offered contracts. But I think being from Liverpool, the culture and the working class environment is very similar to Newcastle. The city. So I thought I could settle in here, and I did settle in. At the time, I thought it was a good move, and it was financially it was a good move as well. The contract was good. And I got a 1-year scholar and a 3-year pro, which was
good,
a big contract again. And I went for it.
Your time at Newcastle then, what was that experience like as a whole? So maybe from playing outside of football, kind of all things.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable experience. I'm sure a lot of people come home from England and are very bitter towards their time in England because they probably didn't make it as a pro or they didn't get this. I had patchy time in England. I had some good moments and some really bad moments, but I came out of it saying that was a great experience. I'm not bitter towards it. I still talk about it. Some great moments and experience. And I still talk to my friends over there. But Newcastle as a city, brilliant, great lifestyle. You know, the people are fun and the training was hard to get used to. That was something that took a while. Getting up at say 8 in the morning, you're going into the training ground and you're doing double sessions. Where I was only used to play 2 nights a week at Cherry Orchard.
Would that be more so physically than mentally, or was it a balance? Both. Yeah.
Both. I found myself physically was tired after extra rehab sessions. I would never have had injuries before Newcastle, and you find yourself you get hamstring tear and I'd bad injuries at bad times. You know, I'd start 2 pre-seasons, I'd done my hernia, so you're missing 3-4 months of pre-season and the start of the season. So there was times where it was really difficult. And my first year there, I done well. I pushed on. I was up the first year a bit. I was playing for the Resies a bit, and I was in and out, and I was playing well. And then I came to our under-17 European Championships with Ireland, and we were going to Malta, and my Newcastle Academy director at the time, he told me not to go, to stay and play with 4 games in 2 weeks at Newcastle. So we'd have Saturday, Wednesday. So it was a big chunk of period for the club, for the academy. And I obviously went to play for Ireland because he was captain, playing international European Championship. I came back, I didn't play for 4 months. It was kind of a
long period.
Yeah, it was kind of the academy manager said, look, that you left to go play for Ireland, it was a punishment. That's kind of what it was. So, you know, I had a tough time in England at times. You know, there were times where you might not play. Newcastle's 4 or 5 hours away from every other club.
Yeah.
You know, you could go down to Derby or somewhere 3.5 hours in bus and you might not get on.
Yeah.
It was a mental battle, but I was strong-willed and I got through it. And, you know, everything happens for a reason. You know. So.
You spoke a little bit about there, about playing underage for Ireland. What's that feeling like? I know a few players offhand that have been lucky enough to do it, but what's it actually like?
Fantastic, unbelievable experience, unbelievable. Like I get a lot of stick because obviously I'm English. And people say, "Oh, are you an Englishman or are you an Irishman?" My nan's actually from Meath, and I don't know if you know, in Liverpool, Liverpool culture, a lot of it would be Irish based. People coming over and stuff like that. So even when I lived in Liverpool, the 2002 World Cup, I was living in Liverpool.
Right.
I had an Ireland kit on in school. So everyone had the England kits on. I remember Ronaldinho scored that goal on Steve when I was celebrating. So so playing for Ireland obviously was a great experience. We played in Doha. That was our first game in Qatar.
Okay.
And I was only back there in December watching Liverpool. That was the game. That was the ground where Liverpool won the World Cup Championship. So it was great to go back. But yeah, it was a fantastic experience. Vinnie Butler was my first manager, and he was that was his last squad.
Okay.
And then John Moreland came in, but Vinnie made me captain, and it was unbelievable experience to lead out here.
Yeah.
Your teammates, but then really in your country, and you've got the pride, and you know you have to do talks at dinners and stuff. Just things that probably made me who I am now. You know?
Just I suppose things like being captain and stuff like that, having to do talks. I'm sure that brought your kind of self-confidence up as well, not only on the pitch but off it as well.
I found, I don't know, maybe this is my opinion, but from the ages of 12, 13, I always thought I saw the game differently. From not as I'm a world beater or this or that, from a coaching point of view. I'd see, like my manager would say, right, do this or that, and I'd organise a team on the pitch, and that's where I kind of thought, right, if I don't make it as a footballer, and I was already thinking this at 15, 16, coaching is definitely something that I want to get into. And I started that at Newcastle. I was coaching
the under-9s, wasn't it?
I coached under-9s at Newcastle, so it was again and I'd done my coaching badges over there. I started my coaching badges over there, so it was always something I wanted to do, you know. But again, getting back to Ireland, it was a fantastic achievement and something I'll always look back on with proud memories. Definitely, you know, my family are dead proud of me playing, and my uncle still has my jerseys and stuff. It's good, and I have slagging rights over people here. You know, we've a few boys getting capped now and stuff, so it's great.
Newcastle, I suppose, doesn't go according to plan.
Yeah.
Which happens a lot. Young lads go out to England. It's very hard for young lads, I think. You come home, St. Pat's is the club. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so coming home I came home 2 years prior, a year and a half left on my contract, so I kind of got out of my contract. I just wasn't playing, and I kind of fell out with the game.
Yeah.
Even when I was over there, I was like, what's the point? And I was questioning everything, and I came back, and I actually signed for UCD.
Oh, okay.
So I was with UCD for about a month, and the coaches there, I don't know, I just didn't fancy it, to be honest. It was a lot of travelling for me, and I don't know, I'd come from such a professional background in Newcastle, and I got thrown into UCD, and sometimes, I don't know, it just wasn't for me. And then I heard Pats were available, and again, it was the same situation. It was under 19 football. I played a few games, friendly games for the first team and stuff, and again, I wasn't driving at that time. I was getting buses, and we were actually, Pats were training up in Blanchardstown.
Oh, ITB, was it?
Yeah, so I had to come from here.
Yeah.
And then I remember some nights I'd get up there and training's off, and I'd be on the bus halfway open, you know.
Yeah.
And then I came to midpoint, and I went, you know what, I'd already started coaching kind of full time in Kildare, and I was like, right, what am I going to do here? Am I going to go full time with Pats, or am I going to give it coaching? And I just wasn't enjoying football, to be honest, Jack. I fell out of it. I wasn't even watching Liverpool games.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I just completely wanted to distance myself from football, and coaching saved me, really. You know, it was a big thing. But Pat has, again, some of my old friends like Owen Hoyle was at Pats, and Ryan Coombs and stuff. So lads I would have played with on the Ireland team when I'd grown up around Pats. So it was good in a way, but it wasn't for me.
Okay. Both of us are graduates from IT Carlow.
Yeah.
For anyone that is watching, shout out to all the boys, those current, present and past students. I know what it's about. You've done the course, you're a graduate from it. For anyone that's watching, could you just tell us a little bit about it, and what you kind of found was beneficial from doing the course?
Again, socialising, I think, is a big thing. You know, you were here today.
Yeah,
we were
exactly.
playing in the same team down there.
Yeah.
Sean Fogarty's the same, he's down here. So you make lots of contacts, and you know you're always linking in with people from the course.
Yeah.
I think that was a big thing. You know, you become more social down there. You have to get thrown in the deep end.
Yeah.
With the coaching assignments, with your presentations, stuff like that makes you who you are. And if you don't, I think if you're down in Carlow and you don't do those presentations, or you don't say, right, I'll volunteer to do coaching here, or I'll volunteer to do that, you're not going to progress. You have to throw yourself in the deep end. My first year in Carlow, I went to America on my own.
Yeah.
That summer.
Yeah.
And my friends didn't go, and I thought, I'm going to have a go there. I went over, threw myself in the deep end, and I came back a better coach, a better person, more experience under me. So anyone in Carlow and I probably didn't do as much as other people in Carlow. I could have done a lot more activities and volunteer work, and it was a great time. You know, you really grow up. And I was probably 19. I came back. I didn't have a leaving cert. Yeah. I'd done some work in the UK to equivalent point to get into Carlow, but you know, Paul O'Reilly was the big one for me to get into Carlow, and I've talked to Paul in years, but it'd be someone I'd say thanks to now that he got me into IT Carlow, and I know Luke was great with me on the course as well. We had some rough moments, but you know,
Don't we all?
We got through it, mate. But great times, you know. I'm back playing on the beat. We had a great time. We had a great atmosphere in the team, and you know, that was probably my most enjoyable time playing football in the last 8-9 years playing. You know. That's when I did play. I wasn't playing the weekend. I just played on the Monday night training, Tuesday.
I think it helps as well, though. As you said, it's easy to fall out of love with the game. Like yourself, you're after being over in Newcastle, you're just not feeling anymore. As you said, like you went through stages where you weren't even watching Liverpool. But I think that environment that is down in Carlow, it's like you're spending like nearly 40 hours a week with lads, do you know? And that's like from in the classroom to out on the pitch, and it's just, I think that helps when you have that connection with so many people, and then you're playing with them as well. It's that togetherness that's there.
You're going out for lunch, and you're
it's
going
all
out in college, and you know, you're living with lads.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, my house I lived in, there was 5 of us who were on that team that we played. So, you know, there was a great atmosphere. I thought Tom Elms was a good addition to our team. I thought he was a good manager. I thought he was good. You know, we I've had a few.
We all, I think a lot of people loved playing Underage, that's what it was. So.
Yeah, me and Tom had a few head knocks at the end of the season. But look, that happens in football. Yeah. That happens in football. Yeah, so Tom was good, and the course is still doing well. And as an academy, we were looking to have IT Carlo students come into us. You know, I think at one point we had 8 IT Carlo students coaching here. You know, we'd class you as a coach as well. You were coming in doing stuff here a few years ago, so it's been brilliant for us. You know.
You would have been in Carlo, I suppose, at the time. You've done internships at clubs like Rangers and Brighton Hove Albion. What was involved in that, and what was it like for you?
So those two kind of came. Well, the Brighton came around through John Moreland. So John was my Ireland manager for 15, 16, 17. He's now the academy director at Brighton. Okay. So I literally got in touch with John and said, look, I'm coaching now, blah, blah, blah. I met him when he was about 18, 19, and he gave me his number, his card, and said, anything you need, you know, come speak to me. And one big thing I'll be saying to everyone, don't be burning bridges in football, you know. There's some, especially in Ireland, such a small country, we've had people like that come in and burn the bridges and stuff like that. So big thing that I've learned from a young age is not to do that. But getting back to the point on Brighton, I went over, I asked her to come over, do 2 weeks and put myself up, you know, paid for my flight, paid for my hotel for the 2 weeks, paid for my travel, and I got to train in every morning to the academy. They gave me a pass, they knew I was there. John literally treated me as I was a full-time member of staff there. You know, my first day, I went down to sit and have in the canteen, have lunch on my own, and John Moreland went, come over here, sat me next to him, Chris Hewton, who was the manager at the time, and all the staff. I think Liam Rosenair was there, the captain at the time, the fullback, and we're just chatting and stuff, and John would throw me in the deep end, right, this afternoon you're with the 16s, tomorrow morning with the 18s, so I know you're with the under 8s tonight, whatever it was, but valuable experience. I learned how, again, I kind of knew how the academy structure run from being in England. I was a bit strange, not strange in England, but after each training session I'd take down training to what we've done in training. Okay. I was always big into coaching and analysis of games and stuff, so yeah, John might have seen that when I was younger. I was always into the coaching, but that's when I went to Brighton, seeing the setup and seeing how they do things. I brought stuff that I learned over there to here, how they deal with parents. There's loads of small little details that you can add, and then Rangers came about through Phil Cohen. He's the chief scout in Northern Ireland. Okay. He was sniffing around some of our players. He was bringing them over, blah blah blah. But we just got on like a house on fire, and you know, I don't care. That's Glasgow Rangers. To me, it's football. You know, we're 2020 now, and we still have small-minded people in Kildare who would say, "Why are the kids going to Rangers?" It's a load of rubbish. Load of rubbish. People need to.
They're a professional football club at the end of the day.
Who cares? You know, who cares? So Rangers came about through that. We've brought boys over. At our under 15 team, we've got three or four exceptional players, and a few of them have been over to Rangers numerous times. I think they could be looking to further that or make that more permanent. But you know, we go up to Belfast and play games. They come down here. We have a great working relationship. But going over to Rangers was again like Brighton thrown in the deep end, and it was good. But as I said, I was talking about Steve Gerrard earlier today. So I was over there last August, right? And three of the boys that I brought over from Kildare were playing in a tournament up in Aberdeen. So we'd been out all day, we'd been on the bus, and we had Rangers tracks on, whatever. And it was about 7:30, we come back to the Hummel Centre, the training centre. And one of the coaches go, "Hey Jay, will you drop the sandwiches and the old drinks back into the canteen?" I don't really know where to go. So I didn't want to sound like an idiot and say, "No, I'm not going." So I said, "Right, I'll go down, blah blah blah," put the key code in, and as I have the tray of sandwiches, I'm walking in, Stevie G and his daughter, right? I'm walking this way, and he must have looked at me like I was from Mars or Jupiter or something, because I'm like, just rattling with the tray of sandwiches, and he's like, "You alright, mate?" And I'm like, yeah, and I explained to him that, you know, like blah blah. I told him that I lived on his estate in Liverpool when he was a kid. We were talking for about 2.5 minutes, and he was laughing, and he opened the canteen door, and I remember just like, maybe my dad. Got in there around my dad told him, but I was thinking, what have I said to him? Did I say something stupid to him? You know, you're in that state of shock. But no, it's a fantastic club, and the facilities there are brilliant, you know.
Good stuff. That's a interesting story. How you said
It was people might not believe it, but it happened, and his daughter must be like, "Who's this weirdo?" He's like that, holding the sandwiches, looking at him.
Yeah.
But you know, hopefully I'll meet him again. He's a aura, a presence about him.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's just because I've looked up to him and he's been my idol all my life. But it was nice. It was nice to meet him, like, you know.
Yeah. You came out with IT Carlo with your wife B licence.
Yeah.
And you have the A now as well. At that point, like after you come out with your wife B, did you know at that stage that you wanted to Thrive to go on to the next level, or what was it? Was it just a type of thing where, look, I have the B now, we'll see what happens, or do you like, right, that's out of the way, I'm going next straight away?
So I was about 18, 19 when I came home. I did an interview with the paper in Kildare and I said I want my A licence by the time I'm 25.
Okay.
So it was a goal that I'd set. I don't know if you remember me in Carlo, were you on my B like? Would you been? You might be. You might.
You were 2 years ahead of me.
Oh yeah. I maybe, but I felt when I was doing my C licence. I'm not being cocky. I'm being.
Yeah.
You have to be cocky. I felt when I was doing my C licence, I could have done my B.
Yeah.
You know, I think yourself, you played at a high level. Anyone who's played at a high level and has been in a coaching environment, say from 15, 16, of doing phases of play, of doing match analysis, which I was with the Ireland team, you have a good knowledge of the game. So I felt, once I see the B course, I could do this easy. And then it was like when my first week in the A licence, I thought, I'm going to pass this. I know this. It's probably the computer stuff and the work that you have to do outside of the pitch stuff, where I need to do work on it. But anything on the pitch or any sort of problem solving with systems or shape or whatever, I feel like I'll give it a good go, and I'm pretty decent at it. You know, I studied the game a lot. But yeah, no, I always wanted to push on and do my A, and you know, your B is kind of your stepping stone to your, obviously to your A, and it's a bit more detailed. And my A licence, yeah, no, it's great. I want to push on now again. I've applied to do the pro licence, but they told me I can't do it. The FBI has blocked me doing it, so I have to meet all these criteria. And it's a few more years down the line, but I might look to go elsewhere and do it. Abroad, yeah. Which I want to better myself. You know? So yeah. Again, it's great that IT Carlo does the B licence.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
You know, if you're an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, even I think I'm in mature students run our course, and you come back to get the B licence, and it's not much work, but you get it done.
Yeah. Them coaching qualifications that we just talked about, how do you think they've benefited you up until this point? Obviously, the role you're in now, how beneficial and how important do you think they are?
Massive.
Yeah.
Really, really important. Not just from the pitch stuff. Obviously, B licence 99. You go to 11-11. You do on the pitch in the A licence. You're doing a lot more detailed scenarios. So, okay, you might have 3-5-2. I'll have 4-4-2 diamond. When you're on your B, it's just 4-3-3. Straight over. So different systems, low, high, mid lock. You might be faced with. You know, you mid-session could say the team's changed to mid-block. How are you going to change your session? Or they'll throw scenarios in. I think on my A final assessment, I was told, "Oh, this team has 11, you have 10." He got sent off.
Oh,
so straight away you're like that.
Yeah. So it's more so how quickly you can adapt.
Adaptability and seeing if you can spot scenarios that are popping up, and then the other stuff that you're learning is how to deal with parents, how to set up a year program of training. I did learn a bit on it. I did learn a good bit. I think with courses, you might find when you go on and do other courses that aren't in IT Carlo, so in IT Carlo you know all your classmates. When you go on these other courses, I've done a few of them now, it's the people that you meet on the course that you find the most, you get your most information from, you learn more from.
Okay.
I find, because you spending hours and hours having coffee with them at breaks, or you're doing an assignment, you're talking, you just learn so much about the game. And you know, I've come away from the A licence to meet some top people that you can always bounce ideas off, and lads who are all over the world, and you know, it's great. I'd recommend it, but I'd only recommend it if you feel you're comfortable. Put yourself out of the comfort zone and put yourself in situations that you don't like being in, and again, challenging your coaching skills. If you don't feel you're up to it, stick with your B licence for a few more years and built up lots of experience, but I felt I was ready at the time, and I proved that and getting it, so I didn't have to redo it, and I passed the first time, so I was happy, you know.
Excellent. You'll be in the role of head coach and academy director for 4 years now in the summer.
Yeah.
How have you found it so far? And from, I suppose, the starting point, what kind of changes did you have to make, or in terms of like structure or recruitment or level of coaches, or what kind of spin did you put on it yourself from the get-go?
Yeah, so I came in here, and when I came back from England straight away, I wasn't director straight away. Mike Gagan was. Mike put myself and Mike mainly. He put the real imprint of professionalism down here. We only had one pitch, as I said. He changed so much down here. All the teams had kits, training kits, football, everything. That was the fundamental part of it, getting the basic stuff. And then we said, right, what's next? We need to get out into the league, into the clubs, start the foundation. Can we get the grassroots better? Can we get the coaching better? Which we have done. I've done workshops, so I'd have 60 or 70 coaches down here on Saturday. We'd be doing what our system of play, our structure, how we do things, giving them session plans, small things like that kind of helped. This was maybe 3-4 years ago. And then we introduced summer camps. We started getting a better structure. We got more coaches in from Monte Carlo. But that was the base. Can we get a better grassroots level, or can we build up into kind of a pyramid? You know, can we get the base of it strong? And that's what we've done. And you know, player ID, going out to games in Kildare, player recruitment, making sure that we're seeing players at the ages 8 and 9, and we're not leaving until 12 or 13 to bring them in. We're bringing them in straight away. They're getting 2 or 3 sessions a week. This here, what we're standing in, Jack, is probably the biggest thing that we've done, is getting a gym and having when we're in the gym behind us, a full-time program. The kids come in twice a week. And I don't know if teams that will come up against, they're big and strong, we're just picking big lads. No, we're picking footballers, we're picking lads who can play, but after 2-3 years, they're building big and strong because they're doing the correct things in here.
They're the attributes you need to go to the next level.
And you know, we have done that, and you know, again, the workshops have been great. Going out to clubs, I go out maybe to Thang and Athy, Nays, and I do 6 weeks with the coaches on a Monday night, and they give me a list of questions what they need to answer, and I'll help them. And you know, we're here to help, and that's what we are as a league. And getting the National League 2 years ago, so we got into the National League under 13s and 15s, was unbelievable for us. Since then, we've had, again, before I came as a player, Kildare lads never got capped. And in the last 2 years, we've had 3 or 4 lads getting capped, which is unbelievable.
Quality,
For us as coach, as head coach, and as coaches who were the boys who were coaching them, unbelievable. And the players who are around those players now are saying, if he's getting capped, why can't I get capped? That's happened at a younger level. The 11 and 12-year-olds have something to inspire to now, which we didn't have that 4 or 5 years ago.
That makes a massive kind of difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolute massive difference. And even how you are, if you came down here on a Sunday, all the kids shake hands with anyone who's got a blue jacket on. The kids have jobs to do. The kids have to clean the dressing rooms, they have to pump the footballs up. It's not coaches come down and do everything. The kids have to set a session up. So we have those kind of, we're very disciplined down here, and we'll come away from, parents come back to me in 2-3 years time saying, oh, my lad, he's so mature and he's disciplined. Stuff we do here, you know, we treat it as an academy in the UK. But you know, when I took over, I think we had 180 kids in the academy. We've nearly 300 now, so we've kind of nearly doubled our numbers, which has been brilliant for us. And if you're a coach, it's great to come in here. We've had coaches, Jack, who come in and try change things. We have a pretty much simple system here, and I think that's a big thing in Ireland and in Europe and in the world with coaches to try add too much of the, you know, we call them YouTube coaches. They're, you know, oh, I have to do this because I see this on YouTube. And we have a simple program down here, and we keep it simple. And we've had guys come in the last 12 months, 18 months who are saying, who have egos, who think they can change the world, do this and do that. Just keep it simple. Football's a simple game. You know, and that's the hardest thing to remember. It is a simple game. It's round. You pass the ball, you run. That's it. You know.
If you break it down, that's simple.
It is. You know, and then you obviously add more elements into the game, but it's a simple game. You do your basics right. You know,
everything else will follow.
Everything else will follow. You know, it is a simple game. That's all right. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. You know.
Good stuff. Me personally, I haven't been here in 3 years. From then to now, I think you've done a fantastic job. you've really put the KDL on the map. Obviously, as you said there, like the 13s and the 15s playing in the National League. So you've kind of built a better and a stronger reputation for producing standard and level of players. What does that come down to?
That's nice to hear coming from a Dub. It's not often we get that from the Dublin crowd. Usually we're getting slagged off. But no, it's come down to, look, dedication, time. I just haven't just done this overnight. My boss, Pat McNally, who's down here, he's the one who set up the league 25 to 30 years ago. If he's not involved, none of this happens.
Okay.
So he's a big influencer on everything that goes on down here. But again, what we just spoke about, getting the right coaches in, player recruitment, GPS, all our kids have got GPS units. VO, we use VO for match analysis. When we train, we analyse training. We do everything we can to make these players better and give them the environment which we have done to make them a better player. But we probably go under the radar a bit and under the map because we're not in Dublin, and we have teams come down here when we play in the National League. Whoa, what's this? Yeah. Where's this? In the middle of an industrial estate. You're thinking, yeah, this has been here 5-6 years. We are here. It's going to take time. Like last year, I remember last year when we got into the National League, I listened to 1 or 2 podcasts in Dublin, which would have a high following. We're getting slagged off. We're getting lashed out on it, saying that why are Kildare in the National League? They're not good enough. Their league and all this, and that was just coming from.
Would that give you more motivation?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And not even you keep it to yourself, but you have these people who are have a high opinion in football, and people listen to them. They're saying, "Why Kildare? They shouldn't be playing at the elite level. They should be with the weaker teams." When we'd beaten all the weaker teams 6 or 7-0, and we'd actually beaten some of the higher level elite teams, and it was just a lack of respect, really. And I think it's going to take a few more years for people to start respecting what we're doing here, and not just they're a bunch of cultures down there and Kildare. That's what we get. And, the boys getting capped this year, the under 15s. Tristan's played left back, and Finn's played right back, and Jason Donohue's 15s, and we could easily have another player now. It's only going to take time, and I think next 2 or 3 years you're going to see a real big push from Kildare soccer. National League and KDL has been the best thing that's happened in Kildare. It's a very Gaelic oriented county, so soccer's kind of pushed aside.
I think that will change in time though. In terms of what you're doing here. Me just being here, obviously the facilities would have been similar, but they've definitely came on since I've last been here. But when you look out there now at that pitch, what clubs out there get to play on grass pitches? If you think majority are playing on Ashrow, you have Rovers, Roadstone, you have Bows, they're playing on UTV.
Do you think how many teams actually own their own facility?
There you go.
I'm talking League of Ireland, I'm talking DDSL, not DDSL, I'm talking league counties, so the NDSL, they have their own place, so other league centres don't own their own facility, and we do, and it's with acres down here, we get to do what we want down here. We're starting back in on Tuesday, we have an elite camp, so we have our under 13s, under 14s and under 15s coming in from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and in the afternoon from 2 to 5 we have our 2008 group coming in, and they're going to do 5 days of training, so we're getting back at it, we'll kickstart it again, Yeah.
So you're always looking to progress and develop all the time, which is great.
100%. 100%.
Last question, we'll wrap it up. Where do you see yourself in the KDL in 5 years' time?
Well, I'm just going back 5 years, so what am I now, 26 or 21? If you'd said to me that 5 years ago, I don't know. It's a tough question, that. KDL, I see us getting 17s next year. So 2012, obviously this is hit, COVID's hit, so who knows what's going to happen. But 2021, we're hoping to have 17s. Personally, I don't think I want to go near on the 19s.
Why is that?
I don't think the boys take it too seriously in 19s. I think we could have a problem from my own research on it from here and from playing.
Off-the-field kind of problems?
You're getting to that age now at 18 where there's festivals, there's DJs playing in Dublin or whatever, and my God, that parties are happening. It's easily done. Happens to everyone, you get swayed, and I just found when I was playing 19s, I have lads who were coming in hungover, and I just didn't think I don't think it's from that. This is my opinion. I don't think 19s is a great idea. I think they should probably go 17s and then maybe to a 21 league. you know, if you're at 21 league, maybe you're taking a bit more serious. I don't know, but I see KDL or the club Kildare get 17s, and after that, I don't know. This is we're going to get the Astro at the bottom. We're just building, and myself personally, I don't know what.
The pro license. I think you'll have it.
Pro license, Jack. That's the plan. You know, I've family over in, you know, I've family all over the world, so I don't know where I'll end up. I could end up coaching wherever. If I started just before lockdown. I started my Spanish speaking course, so just something you never know where you might end up, and especially if you have your A or your pro license, it can definitely help. But I don't know, man. I don't know where I'll end up. I just enjoy football and getting back out on the pitch. I can't wait for Monday. I was rooting around my bag with my whistle and my stopwatch area. I'm looking forward to getting back at it.
Good stuff. Well, Jay, it was a pleasure.
Always, man.
Great speaking to you, and I hope to get you on again in the near future.
No problem, mate. Absolute pleasure, and you know, really enjoyed my time here. And yeah, good. Wish you the best, Jack, with all your podcasts, and hopefully you get a few more good guests on, and you keep going, and your private coaching stuff kicks off. And when we get back out after this, you know, yeah, you keep going, and you're doing well. It's good to see lads from Kildare doing well. You're talking about Euros.
Yeah.